Here are the test scores for the guy you filled out the form for. He scored a B minus. This guy is a risky bet. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's probably not going to go very far in his career, no matter what he says. He may have smart ideas and big dreams, but he doesn't have the drive or energy to work hard for them. He likes to keep things easy and will rarely fight for promotions or higher positions.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When problems come up at work, he doesn't easily lose his temper or create drama, but he also doesn't fight hard to fix things. Instead, he's more likely to quietly withdraw and avoid dealing with the issue. Most of the time, he will just step back, keep quiet, and wait for the storm to pass.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work probably find him gentle and polite since he avoids arguments and speaks respectfully. He's not the type to pick fights or raise his voice, so he rarely has open clashes with others. He might not be very popular or widely admired, but he's unlikely to have enemies.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he is not likely to feel threatened or insecure. Instead, he will quietly respect your achievements and be polite about it, though he may not express his pride in big dramatic ways. Jealousy or competition isn't really in his nature. He prefers keeping things peaceful and calm.
What if you start earning more than him?
He's not the type to secretly resent you or feel deeply insecure if you earn more than him. Most likely, he'll accept it quietly and won't let it come between you. He'd rather keep the peace than stir up conflict over earnings.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He's not careless with money, but he's also not super organized or strict about it. You probably won't see him splurging on splashy things or wasting money on impulses. At the same time, he doesn't have a well planned budget or keep a close eye on every rupee.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives within his means and doesn't pretend to be richer than he actually is. He isn't interested in showing off or putting on a big display for others. He isn't bothered by what others think about his status or spending.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He isn't tight fisted, but he isn't especially generous either. You'll find he's polite in his actions and words, never rude or harsh, but he doesn't go out of his way to help or give. He'll share what he can within reason, but it won't be lavish or overflowing.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is not secretive or controlling when it comes to money. If you ask him about finances, he'll answer honestly and calmly without getting defensive or trying to hide anything. He doesn't play games or try to take charge of every decision.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's not the type to insist housework is just your job, nor will he forcefully step up to help. He prefers keeping things peaceful and avoids making demands, so if you ask, he'll likely do simple chores without argument. In short, he believes in keeping the peace rather than sticking to strict rules.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He isn't the type to just stand by and tell you what to do, but you may have to ask him directly if you want real help with chores or diapers. He's willing to pitch in quietly when needed, and he won't complain or argue if you ask for support. However, he may not notice on his own when things need to be done, and he's unlikely to take charge or organize family work.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He won't argue just to prove himself right. In fact, he usually tries to avoid fights and loud disagreements altogether. You'll find him gentle and willing to hear you out, even if he stays a bit reserved.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
Even when he's upset, he stays respectful and doesn't use hurtful words or become aggressive. He's not the kind of person who yells, insults, or lashes out in anger. You won't have to worry about harsh treatment or being put down.
Does he have a bad temper?
He is not the kind of man who gets angry quickly. He has a calm nature and doesn't react with sudden outbursts or hot tempers. If something bothers him, he keeps his feelings inside and would rather step away than start a fight.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He isn't the blaming type and he won't point fingers at you when things go wrong. If he makes a mistake, he's more likely to quietly accept it and say sorry, even if he doesn't make a big show of it. He values peace, so he won't argue just to defend himself or twist things around.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
Yes, he will respect your boundaries. He is a gentle person who values peace and doesn't push or pressure when you say no. You won't have to worry about him ignoring your wishes or overstepping. He listens and keeps things respectful.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
He is not likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. If you say no or need space, he'll quietly accept it and won't pressure you or act hurt. Instead of making you feel guilty or starting a fight, he simply gives you room and respects your feelings.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care. He's not the kind of person who would use your private experiences to hurt or embarrass you later on. Even if there are disagreements or tensions, he values respect and calm over drama or revenge.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He tends to be faithful and is not easily distracted by other women. He isn't someone who seeks out excitement or attention from others outside the relationship. You won't find him flirting or going behind your back.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
No, he is not over possessive or prone to jealousy and controlling behavior. He doesn't get suspicious easily, and he isn't likely to track your every move or ask endless questions. His nature is calm and trusting, so you won't find him trying to control what you do or who you talk to.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, with him, being protective does not turn into being controlling. He isn't someone who uses care as an excuse to limit your freedom or make strict rules for you. He trusts you and prefers to let each person have their own space.
Now, on to the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He's unlikely to automatically step up and share every parenting duty without being asked. In his mind, he probably sees parenting as your main responsibility unless you guide him otherwise. If you want real teamwork, you'll need to tell him clearly what kind of help you expect.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
He will stay calm when the kids mess up or get upset. He's not the type to shout, punish harshly, or lose his cool over mistakes. Even if he's disappointed, he won't react with anger or raise his voice.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
Yes, he will support you as both a mother and your own person. He is not likely to judge you or make demands about how you should act or spend your time. In his quiet way, he lets you be yourself, trusting you to make the choices that are right for you and your family.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
No, he's not the kind of man who will surprise you by supporting your career now and then suddenly ask you to quit after you have a child. He isn't pushy or demanding about how you should live your life, and he doesn't force his opinions on you when it comes to work or family. Since he values peace and respects your independence, he is likely to let you make your own choices, both before and after children.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will treat your parents with politeness and respect, but it may not go much deeper than that. He is naturally courteous and will never be rude or dismissive, but he might not show open warmth or go out of his way to build a close bond. If you hope for someone who treats your parents like his own, you may need to encourage him or guide the relationship. As his comfort zone is dignified respect, not deep closeness, he will quietly try to adjust to your family rather than expect them to change for him.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will handle it calmly rather than making things worse. He's not the type to start arguments or add fuel to the fire. Instead, he's likely to stay quiet, keep his opinions to himself, and try to avoid drama.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
No, he's not the kind of man who will act very modern with you in private, but suddenly expect you to be a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. He values peace and keeping everyone comfortable, so he won't push you to dramatically change your behavior for show. You'll find more gentle encouragement than demands about fitting into any mold.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will generally stay out of it rather than take sides, either with you or them. His natural way is to avoid conflicts, so he's unlikely to jump in or argue strongly for anyone. You can expect silent support and calm presence, but not active involvement in family disputes.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He is not strongly a mummy's boy, but he does avoid taking sides in family conflicts, including those with his mother. If there's a disagreement between you and his mom, he is unlikely to jump in and clearly support either side. He prefers to keep the peace by staying quiet or gently stepping away, rather than arguing or making anyone upset.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He is unlikely to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He prefers to keep personal matters quiet and does not like airing problems or private issues to others. You won't need to worry about your secrets or personal moments becoming family gossip.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all we know about him, this guy is a B minus. This guy is a risky bet from a relationship perspective. Being in a relationship with him day in and day out feels calm and steady with very little drama or shouting. He is gentle, polite, and rarely picks a fight, so your home will be peaceful.